Thanks so much for joining us at 10 o'clock as Jillian Ludwig, an 18-year-old Belmont student, fights for her life in the hospital. Yesterday afternoon, police say she was shot in the head. Jillian was walking on this track at the Edge Hill Memorial Gardens Park.
In the background, you can see 13th Court. Police say a man was standing outside there. He shot at a car and hit Jillian. The shooting happened around 2:30. Police did get a call about gunfire, but it came from 14th Avenue, a block over from Jillian. She lay on the ground for an hour before someone found her. Tonight, she and her family are at Vanderbilt University Medical Center.
Jillian is from New Jersey. She graduated high school in June and moved here to go to Belmont. Tonight, both her hometown community and the Nashville community are praying for Jillian. Both held vigils today.
Our Danielle Jackson joins us here tonight. So, Danielle, what have you seen?
Of the goodness of God.
In Nashville, I'm Danielle Jackson for WSMV 4.
Danielle, thank you. We want to show you a map of where this all happened. The track is about a half-mile north of Belmont. The public housing where that gunshot came from is just across the street. Folks nearby say they're used to hearing gunshots from there. Metro's crime backs that up. This year, there have been 19 aggravated assaults and 2 homicides, according to this crime map here.
It sounds terrible, but we've become a bit numb to it at times. We just see cop cars in the area with lights, and something has happened, you know, every other week or so.
We talked to another man who lives in that public housing. He didn't want to go on camera for his family's safety. Tonight, he tells us he's moving his 2-year-old's bedroom to the back of the house. He's scared a stray bullet could come through the window.
During the dark hours of the night, this is maybe not the best place, but 2:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday? It's unacceptable.
Yeah, this is the man police say who shot Jillian, Shaquille Taylor.
This is not his first charge either. In fact, according to the county, it is his 8th charge. Other charges include aggravated assault, armed robbery, and theft. Most recently, police say he assaulted someone in April, but the DA's office did not prosecute him. They tell us doctors said Taylor was incompetent to stand trial.
And that means the judge dismissed his case and Taylor was released. Nashville's DA Glenn Funk says this is a big issue they keep running into. In fact, we talked to him about it just a few weeks ago.
And I imagine that has got to be a degree of frustration for your department.
Well, it's frustrating because we have not gotten justice for those victims. It's unbelievably frustrating because we know that there's going to be another victim within the next few weeks.
And there was. Funk says he'll keep working with lawmakers on serious mental health issues.
We asked some lawmakers for their thoughts. Like Representative William Lamberth, he's pushed for more mental health treatment. He says, quote, under no circumstances should someone who has been declared incompetent to stand trial have access to any type of deadly weapon, end quote. Metro police are investigating another shooting as well. Last night, someone shot a man named Bruce Woodland in North Nashville.
He was staying at this house on Combs Drive. Police found him outside of it. He died at the hospital, and so far, no word on a suspect. Tonight, Katie Dickhouse is calling on lawmakers to change Tennessee's gun laws. Her daughter, Evelyn, was killed in the Covenant School shooting. Since then, Katie's pushed for gun reform. We saw her at last legislative session. And today in East Tennessee, she spoke to parents there, saying lawmakers and the people need to find common ground for gun reform.
By overlooking political barriers and the loud noises that instill the fear and anger from both sides, and truly looking at how we can work together for improved firearm safety in this state is a continued goal.
Now, you might remember lawmakers went back to the Capitol in August for a special session. They passed 4 bills during that session. Only one has to do with guns. The state gives out free gun locks on request. And tonight, Metro Police have placed 7 officers on administrative assignment. Right now, they're investigating leaked images from the Covenant shooter's writings.
It's important to note this is not administrative leave. In fact, police say these assignments are not punitive, meaning not as a punishment. Metro Police are holding an internal investigation to find who leaked the images. The city also has been in touch with the U.S. Attorney's Office. New pictures just in. The Animal Rescue Corps is in Weakley County, Tennessee. Out west helping 17 small dogs and puppies someone left abandoned.
ARC will take these guys to Gallatin, get them medical treatment, and then send them to shelters for adoption. Tonight, hundreds of acres are burning across Tennessee. It is so dry, so windy. Wildfires are starting all across the state, and it really doesn't take much to do it.
It's very easy that somebody could be mowing a field and strike a rock that could catch the grass on fire. It's that dry.
Wow, we're right in the middle of wildfire season, too. We will not see these fires die down until we get some rain.
And Lisa, we've been in this drought so long. How much rain do we need just to get back on track?
Yeah, well, you know,
have more on just how much cooler it will be and how long this cooler air will stick around with the first alert forecast.
All right, Lisa, thank you. Well, this is one of the largest wildfires. It's near Rocky Top. It's burned almost 400 acres. Neighbors are jumping in to protect their homes.
Community took their blowers and kept the road clear so it didn't jump to the other side for us, because we just had 2 guys here, and we've put this line in all the way around, the 2 of us.
Right now, firefighters have that fire about 85% contained.
Humans are what starts most of these fires, which is why so many places have burn bans in effect right now. A few hours ago, the State Department of Forestry said they aren't giving out safe debris burn permits to any of those counties you see here in red. That is on top of individual county burn bans. So if you have to burn something, call your fire department first and see if there is a ban in effect.
But it's not just wildfires. This weekend, a family lost their house in Clarksville. They watched the fire destroy it in just minutes.
Watching everything that you've built and all the time and memories that you've put into something just go away so quickly.
They've had this house for only 4 years. It's their first as a family, and they say that made losing it so much harder.
Marcus and I, we lived in hotels, we lived in trailer parks, we even lived in our car for a while. So we worked from the ground up to get to here.
And the family promises they will rebuild one day. They're getting some help from the community with donations and a GoFundMe.
If you would like to help, we do have a link on our website right now. Just in, Clarksville police want to find this woman, Jaquetta Harris. She is homeless. She has been missing for a week and a half since October 30th. Jaquetta was last seen near the Manna Cafe. That's a nonprofit. But her family says since then, they have not been able to get in touch with her.
And right now, Metro Police are looking for the car that hit and killed a woman this morning. They found her body in the Napier area near I-40 with no sign of a car. Police also want to find this SUV. In October, they say it hit a man in Hermitage and drove off. He died at the hospital. This year, 33 pedestrians have been hit by cars. Many of them have died, which is why groups like Walk Bike Nashville are pushing so hard for the city to step in.
Walking around Nashville trying to run an errand or see a friend should not be a death sentence.
The city does have a plan. It's called Vision Zero. They look at Nashville's most dangerous roads like Dickerson Pike and Murfreesboro Pike and find ways to make them safer, like with sidewalks. Folks say it's badly needed.
We got apartment buildings and trailer parks and everything down here, so they can't even walk to the store without falling or just anything happening. There are cars that turn with no blinker.
The Vision Zero board recently met with Cruise. Those are the self-driving cars owned by GM. They plan to come to Nashville.
But Cruise is having some problems. GM just recalled all 950 of their cars for a software update. They're under federal investigation. Some of the cars have hit pedestrians like this one in San Francisco. Police say a car dragged a woman 20 feet and left her with serious injuries. Once the software updates are done, GM will put all of those cars back into service.
And soon you'll see no sign of license plate readers in Nashville, at least for now. Metro Council has approved 2 of these readings, 2 of 3 of them, to take all those signs down now that the pilot program has ended. So now also Metro Police will be looking for a vendor who will put up more LPRs at some point in the future.
And no word on a cost yet, but the city's Community Review Board estimates it'll cost at least $1.7 million. And the CRB just released a report on LPRs. They're concerned about where police put those cameras. For example, here's where police put LPRs during the pilot program. There were 24/6 in each quadrant, but at the time, the CRB said they weren't placed fairly.
When we look at the verified hits heat map overlaid onto these two racial and poverty maps, you can see that the areas where there's the highest concentration, once again, of LPR activity tend to be overwhelmingly in these high percentage of non-white and low-income areas.
The board says when the council approves a vendor, equity needs to be a big part of that discussion.